Буэнос диас, товарищи. Продолжаем 16-ю финалочку. Надеюсь, сегодня уже закончим. Пока добиваю побочки. Коих осталось, конечно, немного, так что не думаю, что надолго затянется. Ребятоньки, чего стряслось?
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me. Go on then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of...
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. The people of Lostwing are my family. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family, don't you?
You know that.
Then what are you, sir? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build. Who's to say you couldn't convince the entire...
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall some...
So you'll join us?
Where do you need?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreak.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far...
My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Uncle, the Field Marshal has agreed.
Of course he has.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor. They will await your return there.
One other?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he asked if I might have a solution. And
One of your...
Master Quentin would probably call me one of his.
Another outlaw? Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quentin can solve our problem, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain.
Oh, don't you? The 7 high house, they have all agreed to make the most... Oh, of course, it did take a little, but luckily I had some...
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased, she had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks, and when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the...
I'm happy.
Now, I must be getting back to the mat. Join us there at your earliest convenience.
Of course, Uncle.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not... That is, unless you'd have them turn...
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with the belly big. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without, they'll be dead even before you've sent...
If I may, perhaps I might suggest, though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away and allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed... but I'm sure that you wish to continue your two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the... Rutherford spoke fondly of the great boss.
Us?
I can't stand...
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep them?
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this...
Upstanding! He caught...
Once more.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that we wish, simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the noble. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it. The fate of the world lies in my nephew, but the well-being of her people lies in ours.
Uncle Byron.
Now, with that settled, let's move on. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by... Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you that... Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now, we shall play our parts to the best of our abilities. That the realm needs its Sacrandal. I want you to keep this signed accord.
I will.
Ну, по большей части повозки остались такие просто договорные, просто приходишь, поговоришь в нескольких точках, все.
What do you think that thing is?
Либо попиздеть, либо отпиздить.
There's something about it.
You should have seen. Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back.
Yes. Well, truth be told, it was me who suggested Roper from what I hear.
No. Ember lost his nerve, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And
Indeed it is. Thank you. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened... All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back...
wait, Sergeant. And this time he was found wanting. But after all, he did...
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. But a scout's nose is different. By sniffing out that lot. Young Ember here wouldn't do to waste it now.
Fine.
I'll do whatever you are. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I'll show you.
Daft as a brush, that one. But he's up. Just like someone else. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his...
Couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't. Next thing you know... chump.
Forgive me, Sid. This... but that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Remember that.
I will, Sid.
You alright? About that. Oi! Let's see.
Something troubling you?
It's just... Eddie's baby will be coming.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always let the little tykes know they were welcoming.
So?
Well, the problem is that Ed is due any day now. I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Is there anything I can do to help? All right then.
Good luck, Chuck.
Not just any.
No. There's not lucky, and all the thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with us.
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dock. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry. No need to ride from here. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawled. If Chadwick was being held here...
Don't give up hope just yet. Let me check the ground floor.
Then I'll search the upper level.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being. Yeah. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life. So this place was no ord, and I doubt they'll have taken the creature with.
Еще чуть сказал, что он наверх пойдет, а я вниз. А и поэтому у меня все пропало. А может там сундук какой? Блин, какой-то полноценный второй этаж.
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
Ну да, походу вниз надо. Тут, говорит, нет никого. А я все равно схожу и проверю. Тут ты плохо смотрел. По стулу не глянул, а они там по стулу сидят. Ну, сундук со всякой херней.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. Even the Imperials take better care of their... were feeding bearers to it. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris
Ты
is
же
getting
Ёшкин,
on.
все, надо на второй этаж. А, не сюда, я в ту сторону.
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more...
I know. I've been reading bearers die every day in service of their masters, but pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but not just those who could fight, but those who wouldn't or couldn't were...
I'm afraid.
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key. But it doesn't fit.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here.
All right.
Ну, с этим сейчас зверем надо будет сражаться полюбас.
Let's see what we can find down here. A survivor. And she sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course they were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. What?
He fought the monster. He must have sent you. Where is he? He opened your cell.
Chadwick.
Чевалась.
We have to get out of here.
Doris.
All right. You put...
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers. Beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
А твою мать. Все, погубили. Сраный пес.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it. He was here.
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last.
Chadwick.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hut.
No. I'll see that she's looked after from now on.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days.
She is. Slowly, but I thank the flames we found her.
I know. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. That's the man I remember.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past.
Of course. You already met my former master. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever... For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never... So we escaped. But staying together after so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cut, and the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done.
Thank you, Doris.
Вот немного этих побочек, ну что-то, конечно, да, так-то. Дофига. Время затратное просто такие. Вроде казалось бы коротенькие. Ой. Я вообще-то не планировал. Эй, какого? Да гадина какая. Теперь, блядь, это личное. Да, скотина. Бей меня, я добрый. Я должен тебя бить. Ага, вот он что делал. Да твою налево, скотина. Подожди, какая. Ах ты ж говно ты собачье. На, блядина. Подсвечник. Сука. Да твою налево, мразь. Тварь! Сука! Что надо быть таким говном, блять, а? Ублюдок, мать твою, я тебя же завалю все равно. Нахрен пошел. Ух, ты же мразь! Ты гляди, какая мразота, а? Съебался. Блять, а у них вообще нельзя попадать? То никак тебе побольше, да? Блять! Сваливай оттуда. Тоже умеет лихо делать. Твою налево, блять! Бежать, мразь! Ты блядина, блядь, ты заебал уже этим штуками хуярить. Вот так тебе. А? Сучка. Слушай, это, блядь. Скотина, он перепрыгнул. Вот ты урода кусок. Блять. На нахрен. сука! Вот он мне нервы подпортил, конечно. Капец.
No match for you, eh, Toggle?
Фу, блядь. Я уже запыхался.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? This is a Royal Army log. The interests were certainly varied.
Вот уж да. Вот она.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Че, говна какое-то выскочит, да?
Leaving so soon, stranger. We've been watching you from a distance.
А, эти секретные ёбки.
I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves very well.
Let's see, shall we?
Слушай ты. Бля, все, просрал.
Impressive, but we have other means.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain term. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't? Your sword may be sharp, so let me answer for you. There is no correct in that a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But it is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events...
So you're trying to control the
We are trying to protect people from knowledge that would bring... That is all. You may keep the book. The world is small. Until then.
Wait. Damn it.
Ну все, это ассасин. Он спрятался.
Let's get this back to Vivian.
Притворился и король лепехой. Он лежит.
What that was all about. Come on.
Идите в пень. Нормально все, птаха.
That'll do, girl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Nope.
Disposed of.
Расписание.
This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
Че там, зомби, что ли? Я тут зомбаков не видел. Ну, какашу мы же не считаем зомби. Так-то они живые.
This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. This must be the registry. So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
Со всех сторон напихали его.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry.
Так, все, убежище, убежище. Ну, по-моему, что-то было, нет? Нет? Показалось.
There's something about it.
Так, тут у нас что, охот появился или что? Пробежал, походу, да? А, тетеньке же надо было отдать книжку. Точно, тетя просила.
Vivian, I found it.
You
Even though I asked this of you, I fear the executors had...
I met with one, and I convinced him to let me. He told me something, that the truth is just a matter of color, and that if enough people believe a lie...
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable, provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough. How's the sad history of the
You said that the book inspired you to become...
It did. She was a heretic, you see. A gallows stood ready for her in every... And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from... She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, and that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one...
Do you still feel that way?
Honestly? I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming, perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather close. But the more I study, the more I find value. So if you'll permit me, remember, Clive. Give the men and women of this benighted...
I'll try, Vivi.
I hear that you did you by any chance?
I did.
If the bear... The director was a brutal man.
The registry was all I found, but there was no sign of a body. Or any...
I pray that at least all their names are here, my friends. I can still remember their fate. Children who were taken from their bunks and no explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you...
But why did I make it out alive?
It's not your fault. See that their names live on.
I'm going to write a book. An account of all of Valisthea, and in the name of those I lost.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried.
Господи, еще в записках хоть задание появился.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come again. I may have more for you.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that.
So, what'll it be? That it?
It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about. Lawsman Hippocrates.
Ah, yes.
You spoke of making amends with Dion. But I can't imagine what for.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was once his tutor. This was some years ago, of course, before I joined Sid in his hideaway. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, and was accordingly invited to the palace to supervise the young prince's education, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. History, religion, commerce, government. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the Dragoons, his studies no longer being deemed necessary. I had not expected to meet with him again, least of all here.
Have you spoken with him?
No, I have yet to find the right moment. His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. I would not wish to disturb his ruminations with idle words of greeting, not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations that weighed heavily upon him. And I did nothing to ease that burden. He bore it alone, until the day he could not bear it any longer. It is one of my greatest regrets that I only ever offered him my wisdom, when what he truly needed, the blame for Dion's transgressions.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way.
Then I beg that you bring me... Oh, apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower, fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed...
Well, it can't hurt. Where can I find this flower?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the street. Whether they still survive there, I know not. But...
It's all right.
Thank you, Clive.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well.
A silver chocobo.
Oh, or maybe not. Though, you're not the first to mention there was a man stopped by the rest not long ago claiming he was attacked back near some gutted hovel. Most took him for a braggart and a liar.
We'll see.
What are you after? Take care out there, eh?
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and ruin it don't mean we have to.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone.
I'm looking for a silver chocobo.
If that's the case, no one has seen a word is they were all hunted for their feathers. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing...
You're probably right.
few rooms going spare night.
Look, Daddy. Shining so brightly. Isn't it pretty?
I'll build a barricade so sturdy, even abandoned.
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in... But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you...
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes.
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
Can hardly make out a blooming thing.
Ну, катитесь-ки.
Tracks. Left by bandits for a change.
Опс.
More tracks. The chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is.
Сейчас погром устроим.
I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned.
Их даже двое.
Just borrowing a feather. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before...
It was no trouble at...
Clive, how'd you get on?
Any luck?
Crystals, where in that?
It's a long...
И как давай рассказывать.
Right there on the road.
Everything up there's been abandoned for you. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I feel...
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'll find a new home. After all, that's what us... Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quilts, and now all that's left is to fix it to the...
I didn't know you could cut.
Reckon there's a lot you'd... Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling, and that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work.
But it weren't your Ravis. I slew one of my own.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit.
Don't speak too soon.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap...
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed...
Give it my best.
You can give it to you.
There's something about it.
Ah, Milo.
How are you feeling?
Well. Is...
Wrong? No.
Go on.
Во, держи.
It's beautiful.
Ну что
Did
это?
you make it?
We did. Aye. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when I mean a baby. Oh,
I thank you.
If there's anything you need,
I will.
Fancy a swift off.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
Oh, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
you may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. After I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke...
The day before we left for What are these plans?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the complete emancipation. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw that
he wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. It is small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most, those who would have stood with you.
It's a pity only they are still...
It is true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer. But one, at least, remains.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she, after all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor, extended only to recover.
And where is...
She awaits you in the Ark.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Lord Marquis?
What is it, sir?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait. He sent an owl some while ago.
Was he surveying another fool?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that as an ancient religion that worshipped by gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash, a continent teeming with orcs and Akashic.
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes, I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the third chair. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from... Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to...
It would not. But Ash is a big place.
Perhaps. The last owl I received from Mickleburg was it lies, and if aught ill befell it...
Right.
You are much to go then, with my hopes.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we?
My lord. I am Goditha, retainer of House Ros. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a...
Lift up your head. You have our gratitude.
I merely did my duty, as any...
My lady, perhaps you could... What exactly is the...
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children...
Indeed it has.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching up, alas, he did not live. And he had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband, but it was not to be.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished article, but with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed. You are grown men now. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claim, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady.
Oh, I am much...
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be... it is found in the bellies of Elder Griff. We do at least know where to find one.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, your grace. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of...
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is.
For House Rosfield. Is this the Heartstone?
I expect, lady.
У него гранитный камушек в груди.
Thank the fuck the griffin is...
And the Heartstone.
Да, все.
Yes. This radiant luster, light throat. Thank you, my lord. Your father would be...
Lady Goditha.
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse me. The armbands are complete. Pray. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet. And the graven vines encircling the stone.
It's a message. Enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of... But this was more... It was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the steadfast...
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able...
Because I was the keeper of the vault.
Спрятала.
Though I was but a lowly servant, your father of the deep love he had for both of you. And his hopes for you.
А куда? Это
In
секрет.
the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered it. I tried to warn your father, but when word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I...
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the griff, and so my pursuit continued. Until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered. And that his sons were alive and...
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father...
As do I.
Thank you, my lord, for coming back to us.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the...
It is.
If you would permit me to play my part, let him see that you have...
I suppose it would. What do you say, Clive?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him...
Your father's helm is enshrined. Since the day we recovered it, I prithee claim it. And I do not doubt that your father would prefer it.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive.
Ну, защита меньше дает, как бы, и нахер бы он вообще не вперся тогда. Хотя здоровится он дает 18, вот, хер пойми. А чё, не понял, куда? А. Однёрочек.
unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. That endless.
Идите нахрен, сраные птицы.
Mother was truly capable.
Уи! А чё, нихуя не вы?
Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
Уи! И опять не вы. Ага. А, я ж там был.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Уж постараемся.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Так. Так, тут обойти можно, да?
Good girl.
Ну, здесь... Сраный попугай.
Might this be Nickelberg?
Straight home now. These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here? Ah. Did you heed the call? No, to be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him.
Is that...
What are you doing here?
It is my home.
You keep saying that.
They came here to perform the rite. Just this village, where they shall cast their shawls upon the gentle...
Give themselves.
Oh, Lord, let us be free us from the...
They want to be... Forgive me. But did another foreigner, like me, come here?
You mean the traveler from Storm? Yes.
Thank you.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Ты хочешь печку погладить? А не получается. Так, где еще какие-то тут есть? Сейчас будет тут налево.
Excuse me.
I am. Lord Rosfield.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill.
He said that you had failed to report.
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, you have seen them at their prayers. Have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord, with a fervor, praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked will, not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but... And so I would see it through, see these people safe, that they might achieve, that they might do their duty to their Lord.
You do understand. What I do, my lord? They would cast aside their wills, and I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is... Forgive me, my lord. But I must remain here. Did you hear that, my lord? I'll go and find out what.
Что за дерьмо опять? Какая каша, ё-моё.
Beneath the flood. There must be something I can... Echoes as well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready. What now? We meet again. I've killed your kind before.
Вот и все.
Damn it!
Ну чё, он хотел с ним быть до конца, он с ним был до конца.
Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord.
Чё, в какашиков? В какашиков там это мутируют.
They are saved. Found her. I should get this report to Cyril.
My Lord Marquis, I am glad to see...
I met with your third chair, Cyril.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in a...
He died protecting the village. I buried him in Mickelberg.
If you could not save...
The villagers, they prayed to their god that they might be... Then an ether flood came. Your brother sacrificed himself that they... Even knowing that life...
Then he perished defending For the right to choose how one dies is...
Sid would agree.
A noble ambition. It matters not how misguided others, only that the decision... We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them. We protect for better or what.
But he didn't die for your creed. And you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe we of the Undying are not slaves, and this was his will.
I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. So that is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs. My lord, it the greatest honor of my... Though our duties may differ, yours, and were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of...
О, 860. Все круто. Можно подарки забирать. Так, погоди, я же за подарком хотел.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Так, а кто из этих смувиков мне может дать темносталь? Вот, наверное, вот этот.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. It'd better all be here.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him. Joshua, I don't think I'd realized how different, but
I suppose it's not hard to...
she doesn't think she...
And that's why we need to remind, to let her know that we still need her. But how to do that? When love...
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual and Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill?
To see the snow day. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the
In the rain. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say...
Then it seems you and Jill...
Man's Hill.
Oh, true. Though I suspect...
You're saying I should go and scout the area?
I'm saying we should... What would...
Лем. А, вот врата покаяния. А чем прямо здесь? А.
You're the outlaw! The one who drove his highness to madness!
Блять, не сказал, да ничего. На тебе, Витя, яма.
He doesn't look like he's willing to listen.
Нахрена это сделал? Иди сюда. Ах ты, гадина. Иди сюда. Ах ты мразота. На нахрен. Лежать. Take this.
You're finished.
Да? Темносталь? Да? Сука. Жаль. Очень жаль. Да, сейчас сек. Продолжаем. Так, что куда нам?
Let's go.
Ой, катитесь в пень. Птаха, не тормозим. Не тормозим, говорю.
Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
Ну все, сладим наша ставка. Ты погоди, а. Я слезть не успел. Уже нападает.
Might as well pick enough for a bunch, I suppose. Oarsman, I found the flowers you were looking for.
You did?
I think I did.
did indeed. My dear boy, thank you.
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not? Shall I invite him to join us?
Oh, I don't...
It's no trouble. I'll go and fetch him. Your Highness, would you do me the honor of accompanying me?
Now. It is time, then.
No, only to the shelves. Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates. No. I dare not show my face before him. Not after everything I have done. I have taken countless innocent lives. And ruined countless more. All because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again, and see in his eyes what I have become, I fear that my resolve might falter.
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself, and to him, how strong it truly is.
You are right. I must, at the very least, offer him my gratitude. Very well, then. Take me to him.
Follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray. Accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Или ромашка.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it. Just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might never have not to mention the Wyvern tales. I shall plant their seeds.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to that.
Why? These flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Walloon.
What's this?
A stolas quill. Or more precisely, it is said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. Also consider this, that one day you may...
Well, when that day comes, thank you, Harpocrates.
Что-то не сдается, Клайв кончится, наверное. Никогда он не сядет за перо. Так, ладно, двигаем дальше. Че, может, кого-нибудь отпиздим? Мне нужна темносталь. Ну, кого? Я думал, что у того рыцаря возьму темносталь. Сниму, блин, походу, что-то я ошибся. Так. Плачущая банши Или мрачный жнец. Ну давай будет мрачный жнец. Он же мрачный, значит, что у него темна сталь. Мыс Арсир, Симбек. Так, что там где-то подле Нортича, да? Вот мыс Арсир. Так, а куда мне лучше? Так, а у меня все нормально по зельям. Welcome, welcome. Bye-bye.
Those things didn't fight like that.
Сейчас хренакс. И не, у него темно стоит. А он сраные банши. Сторожая башня вот. Эфир вот. Че не так? Вот какой-то. Блять, наверное, не у него. Господи. Принц смерти. А там был принц смерти написано? Там было написано мрачный жнец. Опа! И в жопу. В жопу я сказал. Сука. И в пень. Ну все. Нет, не все. Блять. Сука, сказал, в пень иди. Урода кусок. Держи нахрен. Че? Йоу, похерал вообще. А, блин, заряжается, я мою. Слышь ты, спасибо. Блять. Господи. Я остался полудара, ё-моё. Темносталь. Отлично. Все хорошо. Замечательно.
I'm getting tired of these things.
Trouble with your gear, or what's something falling, do you? Should last you a good while. Anything else?
Ну все. Да? Я же напялил, да?
This is the place, but I'm sorry, Clive. There's no weapon spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone at the backyard. To the hideaway, then.
Блять. А вот он, убежище.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
А, кстати, зелье надо прикупить. Закончились.
Go on then. You'll not find a better price than that.
Say what you will, Lady Karen is...
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies...
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and... I reckon Man's Hill would both have similar climbs and the right elevation.
Right.
Did you learn where we might find...
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in December.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies...
Whose shores border the meadows.
Блядь, я только отсюда.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Those things didn't fight like men.
Good girl. The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
В жопу мы цветочки соберем. Че, все-таки вниз надо? Давай, куропатка. Ой. Вот туда все-таки. Я же скотина. Не успел огоньки завозить. В переводе.
What do you see, boy?
Да, да. Я так и знал, что вихрь было зря делать.
This is the last one. Only one way to find out.
Хотя у меня самый лучший в мире меч, так что... Тинь. Ну, сука. Так, а все остальное у меня заряжается. Блять, чё за псина? Чё тут забыла? Господи. Вроде Минотавра хуярили. Чё за псина? Ну, и у Минотавра, но... Я же говорю, Минотавр хуярим.
That was harder than I expected.
Да ладно, делов-то. Ты же должен привыкнуть к кайфу. На Switch куда не придешь.
But found her.
Это задница.
It was worth it. They're beautiful.
Do you think Jill will like them?
Конечно, понравится ему, блядь.
She'll love them.
Зафигачили такую толпу мастяк. Еще бы и не понравилось. Не понравится, блин, затолкаем куда-нибудь. И на улицу выгоним.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
О, теперь стол пополняется.
Jill.
There is?
It's
Не здесь, погоди.
trip to Oriflamme.
Оба, плащ растягивает. Распахивает. Хрен на растопашку. Страшно. Гляди, Минотавр пасется. Ну, когда пасся.
This is what...
Видишь следы его и насрано. Ромашками.
You don't need to say anything. We've been worried about you. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill?
You saw me crying and thought a change of scene. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your...
I'm sorry.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about... They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high... No one thought to ask me what I want. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there, and I knew then, no matter what happened, I'll never forget that. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
Don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
Woohoo!
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure. We should probably be getting back.
You're right.
And we'll do it together.
Во-во-во. Это надо было раньше, получается, делать, да? Это вот... Что теперь выходит? Смотри, короче, типа это, Джилл на это поменялась, на Джошуа. Я думал, они вместе, я думаю, как вместе пес всегда со мной, всегда и иногда кто-то один. Невозможно. Чё, еще последний, да?
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
Here to help me pack. Thanks, but I'll be traveling. You're really going to go through with this? I am. But before I go, if it's within my power to help you, it's the children. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe. Of course. Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda?
Какаши кепель.
A damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged
У
in
нас
ether.
всегда одно и то же.
Every last one of the bastards has... Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather them. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must... Well?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate event. Understood. I'll do what I can to convince everyone else.
What's an
You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a...
What do you want?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood. Out at the camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been... They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now. And you need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who?
Lubor, perhaps? The man's... You may believe his lies, my lord.
But why would he lie about something?
Some twisted attempt. If he had not been unmasked, he may... A great honor for one he might well feel a...
Lord Underhill, forgive me. Lubor cannot be trusted.
You may not trust me. But for the sake of your people, if there is any chance that this is true...
There isn't. You can now be off with it.
You're making a mistake.
Тупицы.
No use. Words will not move them.
Then we must find another way to ensure Dalamil's survival.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda. Sid. I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about it. They've convinced themselves that nothing... A bloody fool. Which means the town guard can't be kept, but I can. You only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferda!
Victor?
I couldn't abandon a friend, and Lubor is in need at this very moment. Come.
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There will be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run! Far, far away!
Run!
Just go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on, then.
Go on!
Just go.
Lubo. Wait. Someone's coming.
Жопошники.
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Здесь еда, да, полюбас, конечно.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
Блять, у вас кайф есть. Ёпта мать. Сраная годила.
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the place had been abandoned, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their... Now they're all turned, and if the scouts report...
They are mindless monsters, driven only by... With the bandits, we at least knew how and where. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitter... The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word, and as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that Conrad. Can I count on the support of the...
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hand, and the command of our men in yours.
Consider it as you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people, and tell the merchant not to waste time securing. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the...
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this? Where else but the most... I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League. Main host is most likely still there. And Dalamil will not be safe.
A little gardening.
I doubt it.
Luckily so.
So you are. All right then, we all... Now it's simply a matter of...
Залимел.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.
Говно валяется.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside? We can't leave a single one alive.
Блин, встречу веду. Набить просто меч. Ага, вот все. На этом уже можно использовать. Тять. Слышь? Слышь? На нахрен. На тебе.
The League is disbanded.
Все.
I should get back to Dalamil and see how the...
И никакого монстра-мутанта. Что же?
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps. Lubo, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive!
Я даже не вспотел.
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven, and we need not fear the arrival of Ed. Victory is...
We blood... Lubor, after all you have done for this town.
But we did. We only hope that you can
We need you, Lubor. So, if you would still like to be
You do remember...
We do. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceive.
I see. But I will...
Name them.
Firstly,
that you will both do everything in your power. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, unity is the key to defending Dalamil. And when that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together.
Of course.
And second, you will accept that if I am the mistreatment of bearers, any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights. They will not be judged by what they are.
As we failed to do. And
we agree to your conditions. And we have only one
condition. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed.
У тебя уже есть хороший чема. Или тебе котелок нужен, как у джентльмена?
How fickle. So long ago I had resigned myself to and now here.
Lugo.
Fear not, you are of course relieved of... I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaw. I'll make sure they're safe.
I don't doubt that you would, and not just the children.
Can't have all your hard...
Че, ачивочки не будет, нет? А, вот, все. Так, это не та ачивка, которую я ждал. Так, Ганик, Валут.
Run like the wind.
Ну чего вот эти вот туда-сюда вот побегушки? Я же был в гарнике, почему бы мне не подсунуть эту хренотень? Я бы завалил бы и все. Нет. Порционно выдают. Хотя понятно почему. Там все равно по мере продвижения ты же качаешься, те таких сильных, допустим. Нельзя, может. Когда ты сюда приходишь. Гизама лук. Какой-то лук, в общем. Лук Гизма. Слушай, она стрёмная какая-то. Чё-то я боюсь тебя. Лежать. Хотя я зря надо использовать. Кислотник жарит толпой. О, почти. А, все, охоту завершил. Ачивочку дали.
Rest in peace.
Ух, так.
Still alive, are you? Go on, then. You'll not find a better price than that. Finished, are you?
So what do I owe the honor? What do you want?
Вот там какие-то штуки, да, еще требуются для изготовления предметов. Так, у меня уже, по-моему, все изготовлено. Если, конечно, еще что-то не появится потом. Все радуются, письма шлют. Так, я, наверное, сделаю паузу. Потому что я так полагаю, что если я сейчас пойду сюда, это, наверное, будет сейчас надолго, да? А мне бы с собакой выйти. Я с собакой выйду и продолжу. Сейчас полчасика. Может, меньше. Ладно, не прощаюсь.